Welcome back to the Crypto Market Updates channel. Today is the 22nd of November. In today's video, I'm going to be talking about what's happening with Binance and CZ and the SE. I was gonna make a cool video this morning. I had some ideas on a video that I think the viewers of the Crypto Market Updates channel would enjoy, and then I wake up this morning to find the SEC has made a goddamn mess once again out of things, and it seems like I need to report about this because it's actually the first bit of news that's important. I was complaining about the crypto news being super boring yesterday. I went through a news aggregator, a crypto news aggregator, and I swear all the news were just, this pumps, that dumps, and the other blue and green, and it was just so mundane. And then so this morning, I wake up to this. My lord, what a mess. The SEC going screwing things up again, as always, as they always do. This probably is the reason why the market is dumping, why everything is in red. Actually, let's have a quick look at the market. Just to show you, if you don't know already, that it's all in the red. CoinGecko, what do we got? Market cap 1.4 billion, trading volume market cap 1.4 trillion dollars, not billion. Trading volume, 24-hour trading volume 81 billion, which is still reasonable actually, although it retraced a little back from previous highs, I guess. And Bitcoin still in green, although it is at 37 right now. It was at 36 a moment ago. Ethereum red, BNB is in the red, XRP red, but everything else seems to be green. Well, that is not what my indicators show. On KuCoin, Bitcoin is at 36 apparently, so I don't know. CoinGecko is a bit late in updating its feed, I think. Let's have a look at coin market cap. Yeah, Bitcoin 36,000 on CoinGecko. It's at 37,000. See, CoinGecko not very accurate. Bitcoin 36, Ethereum 1900, but basically over the past 24 hours, most of the assets are in the red. So what's happening? What is happening? Here are all the terms of the deal Binance and its former CEO Changpeng Zhao CZ agreed to. Initially, people thought that, well, I guess all of us thought that it was just Binance US who was in trouble, but apparently the greedy arms have reached beyond their own borders. Essentially, the details of the agreement made by the cryptocurrency exchange Binance and its CEO with the US Department of Justice continue to be clear. With current information, it is thought that Zhao will not go to prison. Thank goodness, I guess. Here are the full details of the agreement made by the two parties and accepted by Binance and CZ. So, what are the terms? Zhao will plead guilty to violating the Bank Secrecy Act, BSA, and other relevant laws. CZ agreed to pay a $50 million fine, which will be offset against payments made to the Common Futures Trading Commission, CFTC, if paid by the penalty date, whatever the penalty date may be. Zhao was barred from making any public statements that contradicted his guilty plea or the facts established in this case. So he wasn't barred from making any public statements, but just statements that would contradict his guilty plea. Binance will plead guilty to operating an unlicensed money transmission business, violating the BSA, and engaging in prohibited transactions with Iran. Not sure why. Probably because people are not liking Iran very much, and I could imagine that this was something that was pushed forward by the US government. They're not in favor of Iran. They're not buddies. Binance will acknowledge the fact stated in the plea agreement and commit to fully cooperate with the government. Zhao resigned as CEO of Binance, and the company banned him from future participation in its operations for 3 years from the date of appointment of a monitor. So yeah, so CZ is no longer, I don't know if that's in effect, I guess it might be in effect already, is no longer the CEO of Binance. Binance should improve its compliance program and appoint an independent monitor for 3 years. At the end of the plea agreement, Binance's CEO and Chief Compliance Officer must certify compliance with the terms of the plea agreement. Binance agrees to a fine of approximately $1.805 billion, reflecting a reduction for partial cooperation to be paid within 15 months of sentencing. And Binance will also pay a fine of approximately $2.5 billion. That is insane. That's like over, what is that, $4.3 billion in fines going to the SEC and other government institutions. Unbelievable. They're just robbing them. You know, they haven't paid taxes, I guess, so this is their way of just taking what they think belongs to them. Got them thieves and gangsters, man. Some related to transactions with US users and some related to transactions with Iran, and this amount will be paid within certain post-judgment time periods. Binance, like Zhao, will not be able to make public statements that contradict their admission of responsibility or the facts disclosed in this relevant plea agreement. Wow. This is just blackmail and bullying, man. So basically Zhao has to, CZ has to step down. He can't work with Binance, or actually he can't act as the CEO of Binance for 3 years. No, he's banned as the CEO of Binance, and the company banned him from future participation in its operations. So any operations with Binance for 3 years. $4.3 billion fine plus $50 million to CZ, which could be, I don't know, this is like personal, I guess. Wow. But so in place of CZ, who's gonna take over? This man apparently here. After CZ quits as Binance's CEO, Richard Tang looks like the heir apparent. Who is Richard Tang? He is a former regulator with the Singaporean money laundering services, Money Authority of Singapore. One-time Abu Dhabi regulator Tang was appointed to oversee Binance's regulation regional markets outside the US back in June of this year, and apparently right now he may be picking up the work that CZ will leave behind. News that Binance CEO CZ is stepping down after pleading guilty criminal charges puts the spotlight firmly on rising star Richard Tang, who was promoted to the top ranks at the exchange earlier this year and who is viewed as the heir apparent to the world's largest crypto exchange. Tang's strength is regulation and compliance, an area that has been primary focus for Binance for the last couple of years before heading up the Financial Services Regulatory Authority at Abu Dhabi Global Market. He was Chief Regulatory Officer of the Singapore Exchange and spent 13 years with the Monetary Authority Singapore. So Richard Tang apparently has a lot of experience in the business of regulatory concerns, so he might be able to fix things, I guess. Let's hope that Binance doesn't go under with the fines, due to the fines that are being imposed on them, which is just ridiculous. The need for someone with Tang's expertise at Binance has become even more apparent as regulatory scrutiny has intensified this year. Yes, we know. I wonder if there's any other companies that had to pay such massive fines. Here's a quick article on the biggest data breach fines, penalties, and settlements so far, I guess, but this is a different area. But so there's DigiGlobal, fined by the Cyberspace Administration of China, 1.9 billion. Amazon charged in Luxembourg for 877 million. Here's Equifax, 575 million. Instagram, 403 million. TikTok 345 million or 70 million, T-Mobile 350 million. Certainly, so nothing in the ranks of what Binance is made to pay right now. It looks like Richard Tang is about to cover the position that CZ occupied for the longest time. Now, the question is, will Binance be able to cover the expenses? BNB price tanks, of course, obviously tanks after the announcement, and it tanked by 6% right now, nearly 5.6%. In 7 days it's up. However, over the past 24 hours, it is down by 5%. Luckily, Binance ready to pay 4.3 billion DOJ fine without selling crypto, apparently. Crypto exchange Binance likely has sufficient funds to cover the entire 4.3 billion fine levied by the US Department of Justice without needing to sell any of its crypto assets, according to estimates by Connor Grogan, director of Coinbase. But I mean, we don't know how accurate this dude is. Based on Binance's latest proof of reserves report, the exchange holds approximately 6.3 billion in total corporate crypto assets, including 3.9 billion in stablecoins. This does not account for any off-chain cash reserves or crypto assets held in wallets not included in the proof of services. The tentative 4.3 billion penalty would come from multiple US regulators including 3.4 billion from the Treasury Department Finance's Crimes Enforcement Network and roughly 970 million from the Office of Foreign Assets Control, according to Reuters, citing sources familiar to the matter. So all these freaking buzzards are flying about and all of them want to get a piece of the pie. The DOJ fine stems from an investigation into Binance's compliance with U.S. anti-money laundering laws. As part of the deal with U.S. authorities, Binance founder and CZ is taking the plea and stepping down. Zhao allowed to retain majority stake in crypto giant. Chang Zhao, the chief executive and founder of Binance, the world's largest cryptocurrency exchange, plans to step down from his role and plead guilty to violating U.S. anti-money laundering laws. And obviously that's a plea. They probably let him retain his majority stake and reduce the fine if he pleaded guilty, if he said, yes, I did violate the US anti-money laundering laws. It's just blackmail, man. As part of the deal with the US, Zhao will appear in federal court in Seattle on Tuesday to enter his guilty plea. Binance will also plead guilty to criminal charges related to anti-money laundering violations and agree to pay 4.3 billion in fines. So we can expect court to settle it. But I mean, Zhao right now resides in the United Arab Emirates, which lacks an extradition agreement with the US, which complicated negotiations with the American authorities for months. But now he's supposed to appear in court in Seattle on Tuesday, which means he's going to be flying into the USA, and who knows what other tricks they might have up their sleeves. This settlement does not yet include the Securities and Exchange Commission, which filed separate charges against Binance and Zhao earlier this year. The company plans to fight those investor protection allegations in court. Now, this is a bit disconcerting. So this is not even the SEC's case that Binance is looking at, man. They're looking at just a fight with the likes of the Treasury Department and Foreign Assets Control. So this is not even including the SEC, which is probably going to also get its grabby, slimy hands on into Binance and take their fair share of the pie. So this is not over, man. That is a bummer. I think a word of caution, and I know this kind of sucks, but if you do have funds on Binance, you might want to consider taking them out, because if they keep hammering at Binance like that, man, who knows how much they can withstand, how much Binance can withstand. So be cautious here. This is something that may need to be taken into consideration. And I mean, I guess the advice is not to keep any funds on exchanges anyway, but when you hear news like this, maybe that's time to take some of your crypto off the exchanges and store it in some safe wallets, safe places. Well, that's it for this depressing morning. Make sure to smash up the likes on the video and share the information with anybody else who you think needs to hear it. Man, oh man, I hope I see you tomorrow morning under better circumstances, although, well, this is gonna drag on until next Tuesday, I guess. So we'll see what happens until then. I don't know how the situation's gonna improve, but I guess it gives us time to move our funds off the exchange. Come back tomorrow for another video. I'm gonna show you another way of practicing your trading with some muck trading on another platform. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you tomorrow bright and early. CryptoFather out.